Everyone, welcome back to the Grill Mark Co cooking channel. I am your host, Mark Ashby, and on this channel, this is where we make you a grillionaire in your own backyard. I have to be honest with you. We're gonna do some baking. We're doing it on the Monument Grills pellet smoker. Baking and I have a huge problem with each other. But with the holidays right around the corner and my wife, you know, the Queen of Q right there behind the camera, she loves yeast rolls. So we're gonna try to make some smoked bacon fat yeast rolls in today's video. We got our yeast here. Let's get started. Now to get things started, you need an active dry yeast packet, which we have right here. And if you're wondering, no, I didn't come up with this recipe all on my own. I saw this on TikTok. In fact, it was this TikTok video with Jess Pryles. She's the one that made them. And when she mentioned bacon, she had me hooked. So we're gonna pour this active dry packet, the whole packet, into a bowl, and we have to have the temperature of the water between 110 and 120. So we're going to take our chef's temp pop thermometer here and just check it out. We're at about 100 degrees. That'll be all right as long as it is in that range. You want warm water. Too hot will ruin it, too cold won't get the yeast activated. So we're going to take that 1/4 cup in there like so. Half a tablespoon of sugar and mix in there as well. And then just kind of mix it a little bit together to get it dissolved. And now we're gonna wait for that yeast to activate. In this recipe, we are replacing the butter with bacon fat. You can use pork fat, bear fat, whatever you want, but we have some leftover bacon grease that we have here, and we're gonna fill this up to 1/4 cup, and then we're gonna melt it and mix it with some ingredients right here in the bowl. And you can see we have all this bacon fat to about 1/4 cup right here. We're gonna pop this in the microwave and melt it down. While the bacon fat is melting, we're going to pour 1 cup of milk into a bowl, just like that. Next we take 3 tablespoons of sugar and mix that right in there with the milk. And last, about 1½ teaspoons of salt. You can get this electric grinder on grillmarkco.com. Perfect stocking stuffer for the upcoming holiday season. And then we have our liquid gold, literal liquid gold. It is melted down. We're gonna pour that in. And then we take our yeast mixture, which is nice and foamy, and we're gonna mix that in there as well. Mix all of this together. And we're gonna step over here to our KitchenAid mixer and mix in the flour. We got our KitchenAid mixer here, and we have the dough hook attached. So we're gonna pour our wet mixture in, activate the mixer, and we're gonna mix in 1 cup of flour. Now we're gonna mix it on low with the dough hook until it is all combined. And then we're gonna add 2 more cups of flour until it's all combined. We've added the last part, and now we're just adding that egg in there. Once all the ingredients are incorporated together, we're gonna move the attachment to medium and let it knead for 5 minutes. Next step, we have to let this dough proof for 1 hour. So what we're gonna do is take just a little bit of olive oil, about that much, and we're gonna grease the inside of the pan like so, and make sure it's not gonna stick, because this dough is very sticky. And so far, I'll be honest with you, so far, this dough looks like dough should. I'm pretty proud of that aspect. How good am I at baking? Exactly.
It's not your strong suit.
I suck at baking. I don't know why, it's just a recipe, but. And we're going to scoop it just like that. Push it in there. And then we take a cloth, we put it over it, and we store it in a warm, dry place, which is right here, for 1 hour. The dough has been proofing for an hour, and that's what we got. It looks the same. Take our dough out onto our cutting board here. And the next step is we have some melted Kerrygold butter, and we're gonna take our dish that we're gonna be lining and putting on the smoker with, and we're going to paint this melted butter on the bottom. Take our dough and we're gonna cut this into about 15 equal pieces. Don't hate, I don't have a dough knife or whatever they're called. So we're gonna cut this into about 15 equal pieces, and then we're gonna roll them into rough little balls. Take each of your dough parts, I guess your 14 and 15 dough parts, roll them into balls, and we're gonna do this evenly and put them in the pan. Once you have them in the ball form in there, you're gonna take your melted butter again, and we're gonna brush the top of them like this. Now we have to let this proof twice. So we've already let it proof for 1 hour. These are gonna proof for another 30 minutes, but here's a really nice part. We're gonna take some of our cypress flake salt from Spice Wallow, and we're gonna put that over the top. Take your rag again, warm, dry place, put it over the top, let it sit for 30 minutes. Let me preface this again by saying that I suck at baking. I don't know why, I'm not sure if I've done this correctly. We have let them proof yet again for 25 minutes. They look, or 30 minutes, excuse me, they look to be the same size. So now we're gonna take these to the smoker outside and let them bake for another 25 minutes at 375. Here we go. We got the smoker running. Place it right in the middle. Close the chamber, and we're gonna set a timer on Alexa for 25 to 30 minutes. Make a nice compound honey butter, which you should like. You as in behind the camera, and you at home. While the yeast rolls are baking in the pellet grill, we are going to take a softened stick of butter, and we're gonna take some honey. I have some hot honey here. We're gonna pour and just kind of drizzle it over the top like that. Get a nice honey infused flavor. We're gonna take some sweet honey pecan rub from Cosmo Q. Mix just a little bit of that in there. And then a little bit extra kick, some honey killer bee Chipotle, just a smidge. And then we're gonna mix this up together until we have this nice compound honey butter that we will spread on top. Just make sure you incorporate it all together, get a nice mixture, and there you go. We're gonna take this and set it in the fridge, and we're gonna let those yeast rolls finish baking. It's been about 35 minutes. I'm shutting off the grill now, and this is what they look like. So it doesn't look like a whole lot, but you can see they are cooked at the bottom. We have some nice flakiness to them. So let's take these bad boys inside, give them a taste. These things actually turned out pretty well, I think. Take a look at them. You can still see some of the flake salt in there. We've already seen here, nice brown bottom, so we know they're cooked all the way through. Now, the next part, let's take one. I'm gonna take this one. Let's open it up, still a little hot. Look at that flaky beautifulness. And I'm gonna take a piece, and we've got our compound honey butter here. I'm just gonna take some, put it like that. There we go. You got that nice clear image of that? Good dripping off. Here we go. Sweet, smoky. This is so good. I'm very proud of myself because, as I stated earlier, baking is not my thing. This is so good. There you have it. Some really amazing, simple yeast rolls that you can make, dinner rolls, whatever you want to call them. The nice flaky salt and some amazing compound butter on there as well. My name is Mark Ashby of Grill Mart Co. Make sure you eat well, you do well. We'll see you next time.